Hey everyone, what's up and welcome to a new video on my channel. And in today's video, I will tell you why I think that you should play Moco or at least give it a try. And in this video, I will try to keep it as simple as possible and as understandable as possible because to be very honest with you, in the beginning, I didn't even know what Moco was about. By the way, Moco, the new Supercell game. I think most of you should know Supercell by now. I mean, they had crazy big successful games like Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Brawl Stars, and some other games. But those are the biggest that you probably already heard of, I assume, unless you're not very familiar with mobile games, but even then it may have come to your attention at some point. Anyway, Moco is their newest release. It's actually just a few days old after releasing this video, and it is a total different game compared to the other games that they had so far. So the first thing that is super important to say, and this is 100% honest, this game is free to play and 0% pay to win right now. I mean, I say right now because no one knows what the future will be like, but as of right now, they were very clear that they want to make this game free to play and free to play friendly. So the only things that you can buy in this game are cosmetics. So literally just outfits, things that make you look different, but that's literally it. So even in the current pass that we have right now, all the things that push you like XP and some small things to help you progress in the game, they are on the free path. The only things that you buy the pass for are the cosmetics. So this is already a very great thing. And I know a lot of people are very suspicious about, yeah, but it's now and we know Supercell, we know what the future will be like. But I will be very honest, I played a lot of Supercell games, and yes, I've also put a good amount of money into them. But to be very honest, I know, for example, some people that are free to play in Brawl Stars and they have a very good account. So it's not as pay to win as like other games in the genre, by far not. I think that, to be very honest, that Supercell is very generous in a lot of their games. I know that Clash Royale is not so good or had like a lot of problems, but when I look at Brawl Stars, they do a lot of things right, and that's why the game is so successful. But whatsoever, I know that a lot of people are very suspicious about it, but right now it is how it is. Of course, no one knows what the future will be like, but the team was very clear on how they want to make it, so just play it now. And let's say even if in 1 year suddenly it would become super pay to win, hey, then you have a game that you played for a year where you put like, I don't know, maybe 2, 3, 4, 500 hours into it. Let's just say it like this. Maybe you were free to play the whole time. Then you had a great time for a year. Like imagine the value that the game gave you in that time where you maybe didn't even put 1 cent into the game. Amazing, right? And if after a year it totally changes, then you can stop and then play something else. Nothing is lost here. You had like a lot of fun during that time. Just this is my personal opinion and how I see things. Maybe you see it differently. I see it like this. But I mean, I see a lot of hope and good things in this game here. Okay, now the most important part. What is Moco about? Well, I would say it's like an ARPG. Like the best thing I can compare it to is Diablo somehow. You know, Diablo is the kind of game where you go into dungeons, you grind, repeat it over and over again to get better gear, to progress, get higher levels, and it's similar to it, even though here the gear in the current state of the game, the gear that you don't get them from the monsters, but you get them from level up rewards or from quest rewards. That's how you obtain new gear, and also the only way to obtain gear. To upgrade your gear though, you need to get some specific items from the monsters or from daily rewards and so on. So yeah, that's literally it. Like it's very grindy, and this is a thing you need to consider. It's a game where you can put an insane amount of hours into it. You have a daily experience cap, but to reach that you need about at least 5 to 6 hours. So it's huge. And I mean, it's very unrealistic to play every day every day for 5 to 6 hours. I mean, at least as an adult where you have a job, I don't know, maybe family to care about and so on, it's very hard. I mean, yeah, I managed to have in the first 3 days after the release over 10 hours. Yes, I somehow managed to do it, but I know that I will not be able to keep this pace up because I know, I will be lucky if I maybe can play 1 to 2 hours per day. But yeah, so the cap, the limit is very high. But besides of that, you also have like achievements to grind, and those achievements can give you a lot of experience where you can then level up faster. So basically the main point is you go into those worlds and you kill monsters, bam bam bam, here and there, and then maybe some specific monsters, you need to rescue some monsters, you get XP here, there, here, there, here, there, like always tiny bits of XP. But besides of that, you always do those achievements on the side. Well, granted, at some point you have like the whole achievement collection done, but just saying that you have like a good amount of things to do. Also keep in mind that you get some daily quests every day, so this gives you something to do every day. You have every day at least, let's say if you do the quests, at least 15 minutes of pure grind, and if that's enough for you, super cool, then you did your daily quests, which are probably one of the most important things because they are daily, okay, and at some point they don't stack anymore. And mostly you fight the monsters with a group of other players. I mean, yes, we know there are also bots in the game, but right now, from my experience, it's like 90% real players and 10% bots. You can also see the difference because bots have a gray name and then real players have just a white name. So that's how you can differentiate the bots from real players. Then there are also other modes like raids, where you go in a group of, for example, 4 and fight against the boss, and there's like a time limit, so you need to be fast enough to fight the boss, get some XP, rewards and so on. You know, the basic thing that we know from normal raids in other games. And then there's obviously also PvP, because a lot of players like PvP, and well, for me it's sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. It really depends, right? It depends on my mood. And the PvP feels a little bit like a battle royale, I would say. Yeah, that's the best thing I can compare it with, because you kill monsters, you get their XP, and then you try to kill other enemies. Well, okay, let's say it like this. I have a better comparison. It feels a little bit like Squad Busters, well, the Supercell game, in case you know it. It's very, very comparable to that one, in my personal opinion. And I mean, I didn't play a lot of PvP yet, but this is what I think about it, yeah. The coolest aspect of PvP, though, is when there are two big groups of players. I think it's 10 versus 10 or 20 versus 20, but I think it's 10 versus 10, but I might be wrong, but I think it's like this. And then both teams need to farm XP from monsters or by killing each other. Killing another enemy player will give you a lot of experience, but if you die, they will also get a lot of experience from you. And then at the end, the team with the biggest experience will win and get some small rewards. So yeah, super cool. I think from what I saw online, PvP players were kinda mostly happy with it. As I said, I'm not a big PvP player, so I cannot compare it to that, but from what I've seen, people seem to be kinda happy with it. So in the end, let's be very honest here. It is a fresh new game. There are not a lot of informations out here. I mean, yeah, some players played the beta version of it, maybe even the alpha version of it, but in the end, a lot has changed now for the global launch. And there are also things that people think quite negative about it. For example, auto-aim. A lot of people disagree with it, and they think that this should be changed into like a version of it where you need to aim by yourself. Because auto-aim, I agree that it feels it way easier, and for a lot of people they think it makes it feel more casual. I personally don't have a lot of problems with it. It makes it even easier to play on the phone or on the tablet. But yeah, I understand why some people are concerned about it and are not 100% sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Another thing where I'm like not 100% sure about it, if I like it or not, is, well, the monetization. Yes, I like that it's 100% free to play friendly, no pay to win aspects and whatsoever. But the thing is, I'm just very worried if Supercell will have enough revenue after a while to be like, yes, this is fine, we can keep this game alive, or not, or we need to change the path into a more pay to win direction. Because, you know, this is great right now here that you can only buy cosmetics, even though I already said it so often in the beginning of the video. But you know, it is true, it is very great. It is the same approach as Fortnite, for example. I mean, they only survive with cosmetics and it works insanely well for them. And this would be great if this would also work in a very big mobile game, because it would be, I think, at least the first mobile game that could get potentially very, very big from one of the biggest mobile gaming companies, and with the only monetization being cosmetics. It's a great thing, and maybe this is the first step into a very good direction for mobile gaming. At least I hope so. And for that, Supercell has my biggest respect, that they try something different, something that they usually don't do. But I'm still a little bit scared like what it will be like in the long run. Unless the cosmetics are insanely great, maybe they will have some collaborations. Well then, yeah, this can definitely boost the sales of cosmetics. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing we need to see. I'm definitely sure that in the first few weeks after release we will see some stats, some numbers, even though it's a little bit unclear right now because you can only play with invites. So the game has definitely not reached its biggest potential, because it will only be there when everyone can just play even without an invite. So even though this is a global launch and the game is global online, it is not really fully global if you still need to have an invite code. So yeah, and they said that this will maybe even go on for months. So very curious to see when they will do it, no invite only. Maybe they're also just testing out the server capacities. I have no idea about it, because since it's a little bit of a different game than the ones they had before, maybe they were not super sure about the server infrastructure. But this is just a guess. We need to see what the future brings. Another concern that I obviously have is that it might get too repetitive. Granted, this game is so grindy that even with just the content that is out there yet, I am super sure that it will take, for a normal, at least for a normal player, months to unlock everything, to go through the whole game, to reach, I don't know if we can even talk about max level, but it will take so long. So I'm not concerned about the amount of content, because it's definitely already there. Like, it is pretty huge, but you need to grind so hard, and the grind in the end is always the same. You know, you need to like those kind of content. It's like an mmorpg. You need to go there, kill monsters, get XP, do the daily quests, do some raids, dungeons with friends or whatever, then get XP from there, here and there. So it can get very repetitive, but they can probably easily fix that with just introducing new different modes within the game. I mean, Brawl Stars also did this, like just a lot of different modes, and then it makes the game more versatile, and I think this game can do it too. Yeah. And the last thing that I need to maybe criticize a little bit is that they didn't make an insane amount of marketing on this game, which surprises me. Moco has, in my opinion, like the biggest potential from all of the latest Supercell game releases whatsoever. I mean, I'm talking about maybe Clash Mini, if you heard about it. Was an amazing game in my opinion. Sad that they shut it down, but whatever. It got shut down because it never made it to global launch, okay? And often that's the approach of Supercell. They soft launch a game, and if they see the numbers are not so fine, they just shut it down, and then a new game gets developed. Here it was different. The game immediately, after a few betas, the game immediately went global. But the thing is, I feel like they either are very relying on content creators with this invite code thing to make like enough publicity and marketing for the game, or they are just being very chill on players and making this invite thing so not too many people play at the same time and crash the servers. And so this is those are my only possibilities why it is like this right now and why they don't promote it more. Because as I said, I think this game has a huge potential. I mean, the market is barely zero in this kind of genre, unless you're very pay to win. Then you have something like Diablo, but this is still something very different, and it's very unique. You need to try it out by yourself, and then you will understand why I say it's very unique. Yes, you have mmorpgs right there in the market, but this is so easy, so chill, and still so grindy. It's just a very good mix of all of the worlds, in my opinion. It's not perfect, but which game is perfect, right? But besides of that, it's in the early stage. So many things can still be adjusted. But yeah, this is the only thing where I'm like a little bit sad that they didn't do more marketing, more advertisements on this game. But it might come after those invite things will be gone. And yeah, with this, I would say this was my honest opinion, first impressions of the game after a few days. I never played the beta, so I only knew about the gameplay after it went global here. And now I'm a day one global player, and I'm really enjoying it. It has been a long time since I had a game where I grinded for 4 hours in a row. Like, this was crazy. Like, that on the... I think it was the second day where I grinded 4 hours in a row, and I loved it. I really loved it, and I'm still loving it. And I keep thinking about the game and how to progress, get better gear. And I already saw other players that are like way ahead on the leaderboard with such cool gear, and I want the same weapons. So there's a reason for me to grind. And yeah, I'm just super hyped, and I hope that this game gets hopefully as big as Brawl Stars. This would be insane, and an insane big win for no pay to win mobile games. This is what this game should stand about. And once again, Supercell, big and huge respect for this approach. Okay, I would say this is it. I hope you liked this kind of video. I hope it helped you out on understanding a little bit better what Moco is about. And maybe now you're in the position where you're like, nice, okay, I really want to play it, but I don't have an invite code. Well, sadly, I'm not one of the Supercell verified content creators. So I can only give you the tip to join the official Moco Discord server, and then there's a special section where you see all the invite codes that people post there, because if you reach level 5 in Moco, you can invite 3 new players to the game. And besides of that, the team also posts regularly invite codes, or you have a certain amount of time where you can click on it and then you can join the game. So this is probably the best bet, and to also watch the Moco content creators that are verified Supercell content creators, because they also regularly hand out those codes. And yeah, I would say this is it. I hope you liked this video. If yes, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And as I said, I will definitely do regularly content also on Moco on this channel, because I love this game. I've been following it for a long time, and I'm very glad that it's here. And I hope, and I'm sure it's here to stay. Okay, this was it, and hopefully see you on the next video. Bye bye.